taurai zvinetsika kuruzhinji rwevanhu kuti vanzwisisise zvakananga musangano. But how do you rally the people from Matabeleland, for instance, Mashonaland? How do you rally them together to speak a one language? There were tribal politics involved again. And so you see a people kind of, trying to fight on a united front. So there was the NDP, National Democratic Party. Before that, there was the Youth League, people trying their best to find a way to deal with the political contradictions of the day. But no, it became now a question of leadership. Who is going to lead us to freedom? The NDP was led by Joshua Nkomo at that time. He was originally he was for these negotiations and so on, and these parties were banned and new parties were formed until it was decided that perhaps for the unity of the country, let Joshua Nkomo, who is Ndebele and minority, take the leadership so that the whole political approach could be under one wing. So that was the formation of a party called ZAPU, Zimbabwe African People's Union, which was an all-nation party in my observation. And in my observation too, I think Joshua Nkomo is the only leader who enjoyed a united Zimbabwe. But no, in those early days, people wanted to negotiate for independence. They were trained, they were educated, they knew the right way of doing things. And unfortunately, in the rivalry of things, some people decided, let's take these people on. Let's take these people on, let's fight them. And so the other party was formed by a group of people led by Ndabaningi Sitole. In my view, they had the same philosophy, but in my observation too, I think it was a thing of power. And that thing of power is happening all the time in Zimbabwe. People are forgetting the issues of the traditional issues of Nehanda and the land. They have, they've left it too late, and from Mugabe, he ignored this thing from independence, is now punching on it 34 years later. He is now trying to land. He had no principle, in my observation. He had no principle, no conviction of the land being something that you take after independence and give to the people. He did not do that. He was busy building his power, which is sad enough because now he's old and may not be able to function in the way he should. And so we're saying the politics of the day became the politics of violence. For us who were young people at that time, the messages would come like this. For those of you who fight this war, you are not going to die. There is going to be a magic oil that is going to be put on your head like this, and the bullets will not touch you. So some of us were shaved in readiness to go to the war, waiting for this oil that was going to be put on top of us, and we would go there, no bullets was going to kill us. And we were told that when you come back, you just simply walk into somebody's house in the suburbs, because the demarcation was there were settler suburbs and there were townships. Africans lived in townships, small little huts, and settler people, colonial people, lived in mansions. So we were told that, no, when the war is done, you just walk in and knock on the door and say, "Madam, this house is now mine." And the lady, you ask her, "Take some of your valuables, please, and go." Nobody said anything about, you may never come back from a war. You may never come back. And so it was that, no, people went to the war, and people moved in there, and international communities were there, like China for ZANU-PF and Russia for ZAPU, the military wing, ZANLA and ZIPRA. And so it was that the war was going on. But if we look at the contradictions within the setup, the politics of the day was that of rivalry, again, between ZANU and ZAPU. So the ZAPU people were saying, you don't fight the war until you get rid of the ZANU people. And the ZANU people were saying, it is not worth the while to fight the enemy until you kill the snake in the house. And so it was politics of conflict insofar as the liberation struggle went on.